Hey, how's it going? My name is Fred. In this video, what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to you guys about why an emergency fund is an imperative part of budgeting. So before we get into it and start talking about what it is we're going to talk about today, what I wanted to do, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. Hit the bell notification so that way anytime we submit a video to be uploaded into the YouTube, you'll be able to see that come through and you can go ahead and watch what we have to teach. And finally, give us a like, uh, share your comments below whether you think it's a good idea about what we're talking about, or if you just want to just give us some type of kudos for trying to connect with the community and give them the information needed. So again, we're going to talk about budgeting and why an emergency fund is fundamental for this process. So as we all know, emergencies, they can happen. They do happen. They happen all the time, whether you're getting a flat tire, you have to pay for a tow if you don't have towing, you have to take your car to get it fixed. It takes a damper out of someone's day. And if you don't have an emergency fund built, this is where issues are going to come into play because now you're going to be scrambling, trying to borrow money to try to get that tire in this example, or whatever the case might be. Maybe your washing machine's gone out. I don't know. Maybe the kids, something came up with the kids. They need to go on a field trip or something. I don't know. There's so many different scenarios that could happen. It's just a list of what ifs, right? So what we want to do is we want to try to get your mind to thinking and preparing for this stuff. So that way, if something does come up, you'll be able to have the means to go ahead and take care of that. So most people don't have $1,000 emergency fund. So that's where I want to start you off at is $1,000 because in most circumstances, if you do have an emergency come up, it's going to be $1,000 or less. This is most circumstances. Obviously, you could have a transmission go out in your car, the engine dies, who knows what might happen, right? So we want to make sure that you're prepared, and the only way to get prepared is to get uncomfortable. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. We want to try to get some type of emergency fund in place so that way, should the unexpected happen, at least you have something to fall back on to help you with that emergency. Okay. So what does this take? What does it take to build up that $1,000 emergency fund? What I like to do is I try to get people to just start saving. Sometimes people are living paycheck to paycheck. There is a way to find money within that paycheck, but sometimes you have to cut out expenses that may, you might like them. Case in point, Starbucks, right? I paid $6 for this morning. It was just over like $6.15 or something for a coffee. Usually I make it at home. I'm paying about $1.30, maybe $1.35 on average to make me this same cup of coffee. I can make for $1.35. So maybe it's $1.50. Who knows? But it's not $6. So I'm saving $4.50, right? Usually, and I do 2 cups a day, so $4.50, that's times 2 is $9 a day. 5 days a week, add up the money, it builds up really quick. So you can build up the emergency fund. You just have to find ways on where to gather that money from, right? So if you need assistance with that, right, what I suggest that you do is create a budget. When you create that budget, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to see where all your money is going. And I'm talking about everything you're spending your money on. Whether you're going to the store to buy snacks, right? Can you buy those same exact snacks instead of going to 7-Eleven, right? Instead of going to 7-Eleven and buying, a pack of donuts or a candy bar and spending, $1.50 for a candy bar, can you go to like Costco and buy a box of it for maybe $23, and now you have a bunch of candy bars, and you can just use that instead of spending. So there's just different ways where you can pull money, right? I recently got an app on my Fire Stick. I downloaded it to my Fire Stick, and I paid $90 a month, and basically it has pretty much all the stations, all the channels for cable, right? So I can cut out my cable bill, right? have this app that I pay $90 is $15 a month, right? Rather than paying $90 a month that I'm paying for cable. So things like this, you could save money. You just need to know where to find the money. Usually, if you're thinking about it, it's too much information. But if you have it written down, a written budget, you'll be able to say, okay, I'm paying this for that. I'm paying $125 for my water bill. I'm paying $60 for my trash bill. Whatever the case is, right? You'll be able to see, okay, this is what I'm paying. Okay, what's necessary and what's not, right? What can I cut out, right? So these are the things that you want to do. Put that budget together so that way you'll be able to find additional money so you can start building your emergency fund, right? I like to try to find at least the money to build up the emergency fund anywhere between 3 to 6 months. That's my goal for you. But you have to do the homework and find, okay, where can I get this extra money to start putting towards my $1,000 emergency fund? Once you built the $1,000, now what you want to do is your mind has already been programmed to start saving this money. You're not really missing it because it's programmed to say, hey, this first bit of money, I'm paying towards my emergency fund. Okay. So after you build up that $1,000 emergency fund, keep it going, keep it pushing, keep on doing what you're doing. Don't stop. Now, what can you do? What bills do you have? Right? Do you have credit card bills? Okay. Do you want to start paying those off? Okay, because you could do that. You could start paying those off, which I recommend because that way you can start saving money on interest. And this is a whole different kind of video. I'll be bringing out a video on how to save money on interest, whether it's for your mortgage or your vehicle, and how to use an amortization schedule. We'll talk about that in another video because that in itself is a mind blower, right? It's going to blow your mind when I talk about how you'll be able to pay off your house in 5 to 7 years. Okay, just doing the same things that you're already doing, not really doing extra. You are going to be doing extra, but the amount of savings that you're going to get from this is going to blow your mind. So we'll talk about that in a different video. I would specifically want to talk about your emergency fund in this video. Okay, so after you've built that $1,000 emergency fund, you got two routes. If you have credit cards, which people usually do, but sometimes they don't. So are you going to start paying off your bills? What I mean by bills, your car payment, house, not even your house, just your car payment, credit cards. If you have those type of bills, collections, get that taken care of, right? So that way you're not racking up money on, you're not racking up funds on, give me 1 second. So that way you're not racking up funds paying for interest, right? Once you've paid off your bills, go back to your emergency fund. Build up 3 to 6 months, okay? 3 to 6 months is going to get you where you need to be. So that way, let's say, God forbid, you lose your job, right? Okay, now you have the money to continue paying all your household bills, right? You'll be able to still pay your bills while you're looking for that next job, whatever that case might be. So you want to do this. It's very, very, very important. Okay. To me, it's a non-negotiable. It's something that I always have in my back pocket. I have 6 months of savings should I need it. Okay. It stays where it's at. It's liquid, so if I need it, I can get to the money. Okay. That's what I recommend. Pay off your bills. Get those bills paid off. And I recommend it in this order. $1,000 emergency fund, pay off your bills, number 2. Number 3, build up the 3 to 6 months of emergency fund. What is 3 to 6 months? However much money you need to survive per month. Let's say it's $5,000 is going to pay all your bills, your rent, your mortgage, or whatever, your car payment, insurance, food, knickknacks for the kids, whatever you might have. That's going to take care of it, right? So let's say it's 5,000. You're working towards 15 to 30,000 to be put to the side. Once you get there, then what you want to do is you want to start focusing on your retirement. If you have a mortgage, you want to try to pay off the mortgage. But what you want to do is I highly suggest that you guys start to maximize your if you have a 401k, a IRA, a Roth IRA, you want to start putting away towards these things. Okay. Another thing you might want to think about is the IUL, Index Universal Life policy that you can start building with. Okay. So again, I really want to stick with emergency fund on this video. But again, it comes back to the budgeting. And I'm going to talk a lot about budgeting in my videos, whether we're talking about credit, whether we're talking about emergency fund. Everything kind of revolves around budgeting. That's kind of our nucleus. That's what I want you guys to really start focusing on, is how you're going to really deal with your budget. Because once you get your budget in place and in order, where you're spending less than you're bringing in, your whole life is going to change. You'll be able to start doing better things, making better financial decisions for you and your family, whether it's trying to send the kids to school, whether you want to take a family vacation, whatever the case is. I'm here just to kind of give you guys things that I've gone through, right? And I've been through a lot in my life, where I've been able to see the ups and the downs. Life is not always easy. Sometimes it's hard, and sometimes it is easy. But you got, peaks and valleys. You got to know when to hold them, when to fold them, when you need to get out and do a little bit side hustling, just to bring in extra income. Because sometimes, there's more month at the end of the money than there is money at the end of the month. So you want to be able to strategically focus on how you're going to get your finances into the best position. Okay. So like I said, one of the most important pieces of budgeting is getting your emergency fund in order. I recommend starting off with $1,000. Once you get that, start paying off your bills. Once you paid off your bills, get back to your budgeting, and trying to build that up to the 3 to 6 months. Once you get there, you can start saving, putting more money towards, your home, that extra money that you're putting away for your emergency fund. Let's say you're putting $500 away for your emergency fund. Start putting that away towards, let's say you had a mortgage, make a principal payment only every single month of that $500. That's going to be knocking down your interest, saving you, because it's called interest cancellation. And like I said, I'm going to talk about this in an upcoming video. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification, so that way you'll be advised when I drop that video. Okay. So with that being said, just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about an emergency fund, what it means, why it's important. And like I always say, one of my metaphors that I use a lot is, this is something like a fire extinguisher, right? It's better to have one and not need it than need it and not have it. Okay. Replay that part again and again and again, and kind of focus on those words. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Okay. So with that being said, if you like the information, share it with somebody, because I'm sure that they can see value in this. Again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the video and hit the bell notification. If you like the information, give me a thumbs up. I definitely appreciate the like. If you have any topics that you want me to talk about, drop it in the comments below. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. It helps with the algorithm of Facebook, and different platforms that I'll be sharing this on. So with that being said, again, my name is Fred. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and you guys have a great day.